Good morning. First of all, I want to say how awesome it is that we have so many of our pastors here today, the ones who are pastors of schools. I'm sure you guys know most of them, but I just want to give them a big round of applause for all the incredible work that they do. And you know who else I want to give a big shout out to? All your teachers and your administrators and all the staff that make schools possible. It's awesome. They give their lives so that you guys can have incredible education. So let's hear a big shout out for the teachers. I was once flying on an airplane, and it was a little bit stormy before we left. And as we were flying through the air, suddenly, a big crack of thunder happened, and the plane was hit by lightning. Like all the lights went out on the plane, and we dropped all of a sudden. And the poor flight attendant was walking around with like water and stuff, and she went flying up in the air and crashed to the ground. And everybody started to panic because this flight attendant started to panic. And then suddenly the head flight attendant quietly sat the one lady down, got on the microphone, told us all that we were going to be okay, to check our seatbelts. The lights came back on. You see, that one flight attendant, she took charge. She had the authority and made everybody feel much safer than they were before. That's what people in authority should be doing. You know, when your teacher suddenly leaves, now this probably doesn't happen in Europe, but you know, the teacher leaves the classroom and then people start acting squirrely. Can you picture that? It doesn't happen at your school, but let's say at other schools. And it's kind of fun and funny at first, but if that were every day, you wouldn't know how to read, right? The monkeys running the zoo is not a good plan. Letting the teacher be the teacher, the principal be the principal, the pastor, these are all part of what it means to have authority. Suddenly we see Jesus in the gospel today, and he starts teaching. He starts teaching. Well, a lot of people can get up in the synagogue and start teaching, but they say, wait a second, his teaching's all different. He's not just talking about God, he's talking like God. And even an evil spirit's like, whoa, what are you doing? You are the Holy One of God. You see, that moment of letting Jesus be in charge is one of the most important lessons that we can have. That if we let him teach us how to live, then we will live a happier life. If he teaches us that he says, I want you to go to Mass to receive me in the Eucharist every single Sunday, we need to listen to him like a team that listens to a coach or an orchestra that watches the conductor. That if we let Jesus be in charge, and this is the coolest, most amazing thing about Catholic education, is we learn that God is in charge. We can learn all the math. You can learn math lots of places. You can learn English. You can learn all different types of science and history. But at a Catholic school, you learn to say, wait a second, I'm not just made of brains. I'm not just made of a body. I'm made of a soul, of a spirit. And I want to let God show me the way. I want to let Jesus show me the way. And that's what is incredible about a Catholic education. Is we teach the whole you, but also we learn to let God be in charge of us, to let Jesus show us the way. You know, when we go to the thing, we don't have to pray every day. We actually get to pray every day. There are kids all over this country, world that never get to pray. They're not allowed to pray in school. Can you imagine that? Think about when something bad happens or something good happens. Well, you'll stop as a community. You go to church. You get a chance. You get to do just that. And that's what makes us so blessed to have Catholic education. The whole person, but we also remember that Jesus is the one with the authority. in our lives. And if we let him show us the way, then we're going to know true joy in this life and in the next. So who here thinks that going to a Catholic school is awesome? Okay, why don't we say, I think going to a Catholic school is awesome. 1, 2, 3. You didn't say that. And you're the principal. Let's all say it together. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. I think going to a Catholic school is awesome. So now we get to stand up and we get to profess our faith, the faith in Jesus Christ.